Okay. Hey, peace, family, blessings and greetings and salutations, kings and queens. I'm G Illuminati Gordon, and I'll be your host for this brand new episode of Tarots on Gemworld 876. So, I want to welcome you guys to this channel again. It's a pleasure to even know that you guys interact and tune into this type of material. It's really something that comes true and dear from me. So it's one of the blessings I'm glad that I can share to help heal different ones and ones emotionally, physically and spiritually. Now the purpose of this channel again is to help different persons who may be going through life situations, emotional situations, mental, spiritual. You're just on a journey to find yourself, to heal yourself. And this channel is here to help facilitate that using different spiritual tools, like crystal gem rocks. Over here I have a little grid with stones that resonate with the 10th house harmony that is taking place in our astrological world, and also stones that resonate with the Capricorn season because we're still in the season of Capricorn. So I have carnelian here, I got clear quartz, I got my selenite, pyrite and the moonstone, and here's a piece of sage for cleansing purposes. So we're going to get right into it. This is going to be a week ahead reading for Sunday to Saturday, January 5th to January 11th. And please be advised, if this doesn't really resonate with you, don't worry, there's different readings online with different tarot readings that you can tune into. But if it does, I'm glad that it can serve you, and I hope that you utilize the information to the best to the best purpose that you have. So I'll begin shuffling. And really, I want to keep certain things in mind when shuffling, that this is 2020, the year of the number 4. We're coming from the number 3, which is more creative, passionate, frantic. It's almost disharmonic in a way also. But 3 is a creative force. And when you move from 3 to 4, you go into that foundation, that setting up of sustainability and things that really serve you going forward. You start to question where it is your soul is coming from, where it is now, and where it is it's going. So I just want to keep certain things in mind. Also, we have a lot of things taking place just astrologically. So a lot of things are taking place astrologically. You have the sun in the 10th house, which again is a house that focuses on the sphere of financial well-being, health, stability, security, foundation. So let's go and lay out the cards. I've finished shuffling. I'll cut the deck into a 3. And then the pile I'm gonna choose is this one on the left. No, I'll choose the one in the middle. Yeah, I'll choose the one in the middle. Now I'm gonna be. So the first card I'm gonna draw is going to represent the significator of the week. I'll place that right here. The second card shall represent the Monday. The third card shall represent Tuesday, Wednesday, Alright, so now that I have this entire grid set up, I'll begin by turning over each card that represents each specific day. So the first card I'm going to turn over will be the significator for the week, the card that will just represent the general energy that is just resonating for us for this week. And that card is the Chariot. The Chariot is a card that really represents a journey, and I'm glad that this is really the first card that came up, in this reading. So he represents a journey, whether it be a spiritual journey, a life journey that you're undertaking right now. It could be a new direction that you're putting yourself in also. Whatever it is, you're embarking on something new that requires better determination and focus. So especially because, this is the start of a new decade. We're just coming out of an old paradigm. You want to wash yourself clean from a lot of the past situations that may have been affecting you negatively. Learn from them, embrace them, allow your feelings to come to the surface and just be at one with them, and understand that they're all here to help you transition into this new decade, this new time. So you're embarking on a new journey, and the Chariot really brings the focus and signifies that we should be patient, understand our process, and just go with it wholeheartedly. He represents protection and progress, and major success in this journey. So it's a time for you to just be determined and be diligent, wherever it is that you're going, whatever path it is that you're undertaking right now. Just go with it head first, but still be diligent and observative about what takes place on this path. But there's a lot to learn and there's a lot to achieve. A lot of the times what we want to achieve is on the other side of fear, and the Chariot really comes into play to help us understand that we should look past this and just embrace the journey, move forward. He represents movement, just movement through life, through lessons, through everything. He could be you traveling away from home, away from work, away from a relationship that may be ending. But regardless of what it is, he represents your movement, especially at this beginning. In the first week of January, you are now on the move again, coming from the December. You are now on the move again into something new. You're going to bloom into something new. You don't know what it is, but you just want to have faith. So the next card, so that's the Chariot, and we're going to go into the next card, which will represent Monday. The Monday card is the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. So immediately, the Two of Pentacles already calls and signifies that balance that we're trying to find, especially on a day-to-day between our personal life and our business life. And if you really look on it in the perspective of us being and embarking on a new journey, you may be trying to find out, how can I balance this new opportunity, this new skill I'm trying to learn, or this new avenue? How do I balance it into the life I already have, And that's really a difficult situation. That's really something difficult for a lot of us to meditate and think about. But really and truly, it just takes the process. It just takes a step by step, It just takes step by step focus and determination and planning to allow this new thing to integrate into our life and flow. Now, if you look again on the Two of Pentacles, you see like water and a river just coasting in the back with a lot of boats, and you see the infinity band wrapped around the pentacles to show that that continuum of life and the infinity that goes on in our life. The abundance that we experience is infinite. The opportunities is infinite. But it's going to be wave, it's going to be rock, it's going to have ups and downs. That's just the waves. That's just how life is, that's just how the energy is. We always have a happy day. And there's going to be challenges and difficult situations. So in the reading, it is apparent that there's two things at play right here. You know, can you manage new things coming in, and will you be able to integrate it properly into your life despite challenges and obstacles? But the Two of Pentacles and the Chariot already suggest that there is fruit at the end of this journey, and there is better once you learn to balance these two. So especially when it comes on to the Two of Pentacles, he calls to the fact that you need to be aware of your income, the income that you're getting along with your expenditures. Be aware of expenditures that may hit hard. However, there's a lot to learn in how it is that you may build back from these, and how it is that you can rebound from these, you know, financial discrepancies. So don't be irresponsible with your spending, and financial mistakes, you can learn from them at any point in your life. So even if you hit ground zero today because you know you're off whole heap on your Christmas and you need to re-up again with the money, there's an opportunity for you to do that. Just go back to the drawing board, think about it, you know, write it out. Get into the habit of documenting your progress and documenting your earnings and your expenditures. You know, look at the things that help you to earn as opposed to the things that you spend on, and try your best to minimize on the expenditures and maximize on the income. So this may be a time for you to be a bit more stingy with your budget. You know, it's okay to have a tight budget right now because you're just coming from the holiday season, and you know you want to rebuild back your finances going into this new era. When you know you just want to build a better foundation for yourself, a stable one going forward. So it's the beginning of the year, so you have time to think about and to plan for the days going ahead, the months going ahead, and just for the rest of the year. Just plan out how it is you want your overall spending and earnings to go. You may not be able to plan out the entire year, but you know, try start from a day, a week. Just create a weekly budget, a monthly budget, and break it down. See what it is that you would need to meet that criteria, to meet that quota, and work towards it using the things that help you generate an income. So it's really about trying to find that balance and integrate whatever new journey and new thing it is that you're embracing in your life. Find a way to integrate that into your daily routine. You know, let's say it takes 20 days to develop a new skill, 60 days to make it a routine, and then 90 days for it to become and make a change in your life. So take the time, trust your process, and just go ahead diligently. Now the next card is going to be Tuesday. And the Tuesday card is the Eight of Pentacles. See right here. And the Eight of Pentacles is really a mystical card. He represents the mastery of the mind. He represents becoming more trustworthy and diligent in whatever area it is that you're working on. You see an apprentice working on a few pentacles. And again, pentacles represents the earth energy, the things that you try to manifest in this experience, in this day-to-day life. Whether it be physical or emotionally, these things that you're working on, you should, it could be a new project, could be a new opportunity that you're going towards. Take the time to become diligent, to figure out what it is that you want and go straight for it. And the 8 represents almost completion. It represents all your past experiences, the wisdom that you've learned from, your journey in the past coming straight up. It represents going into completion and becoming a master of the skill set that you have. So the 8 of Pentacles really calls into play that you should become more focused in what it is that you're pursuing right now. And don't be bothered by external forces that try to distract you. Be diligent, be trustworthy, be committed to what it is that you're going for. So he really links to the Chariot and the Two of Pentacles that already suggests that for this week you're going to have new energy. You may be embarking on something new, a new journey, and you really want to stay focused and determined, even if it's a journey that you've already been on, if you're planning to improve yourself in that area, stay focused and don't waver. Just continuously plan, continue, even if something worked for you in December or the year before or last year, try something new this year. This is the time for you to try a new way of thinking, a new way of marketing, a new way of planning. Try. I've started to realize that there are different ways in which young businesses can create campaigns for themselves to raise funds, and the different ways in which I've seen this is just, I never even thought of them before, because I was just a creative youth. I never really too meditate upon finances and accounting and business. However, that really plays a big part in sustaining that which I have now. So I'm really trying my best to understand the world of finances and the world of numbers and money. And that comes with me just trying to balance the logical side of me with my creative side. So that's my two plenticles just playing out there. And now I'm trying to focus more on that, the path that I'm on. Just working diligently at that, going at it day after day if needed. So it's, the development you can make in a year is amazing. It's just tremendous. If you start at something today, just wait until 360 days pass and you'll see the amount of progress that you make. You just have to be determined and diligent at it. So as a prediction card, he shows that there's also a cycle that's about to end. And rather than really waiting for this to happen, you want to conserve your energy and just direct it towards finding even a new career if you need to. But don't resign yourself into your present situation if there's no sense of achievement or appreciation. So move in spaces where this year you want to move in spaces that allows you to be more fulfilled, that fulfills your soul's purpose. Don't go straight for things that fulfills your material expectations or your material fulfillments, because these things are temporary. That which really fulfills you internally and wholesomely, fulfills your purpose in life, really sustains throughout the years. And many a time these practices that sustain our soul's purpose and your life purpose is really what you should try to economize and try to capitalize on if you want to create a life-standing business, a business that goes on for more than a year, more than 2 years. You're trying to look for longevity, sustainability. So really try to conserve your energy and be open-minded. Be open-minded to different ways in which you can improve yourself and just diversify your skill set. We're already in this Capricorn season. The moon is in Taurus, so it's much more sensual and kind, generous. It's a time for us to give blessings without expectation, but the way how the law of attraction works is that which we give is what we get back. So don't be afraid to give out. Don't be afraid to give good energy. Time is the most valuable thing that you can give today to someone. Despite working on your business financially, time, even as a young entrepreneur, is one of the best things you can give to a client, and it is usually and always repaid back in gratitude or in appreciation. So give yourself time, give other people time, and just spread love, spread energy, spread cohesiveness. Try to collaborate a lot this year. The year of the 4, we are trying to create a stable foundation for ourselves, but we are very codependent on those around us. So I watched a documentary today, and the person speaking, he said that if you really want to understand what affects you in business, it's not what you have to bring in, what you have to get. It's not, how well you try to manage your finances on a day-to-day. He said it's really your competitive advantage and how it is that you understand what it is your competitors are doing. And this just brought a different perspective to me on how it is that we really view ourselves within the business and marketing space, in that we really adjust our lifestyle and business, if you have one, to sometimes suit the general makeup of the market, the general way in which the market is going. So if you know, say you charge X amount for a video shoot, you really do that because your sister this man charge X amount, and you maybe want to beat the price there, or you want to match up to the price there. But again, that also depends on the skill set. So the next card I'm going to turn over is going to be for Wednesday, and we have the Page of Pentacles. Wow, we just get Bay Pentacles. Again, we're just in that time of Earth energy. We're in the season of Capricorn, and everyone is focusing on their finances and their well-being, their foundation going forward. And again, this is the year of the four is stability. So these cards are really just playing out beautifully. The Page of Pentacles brings to light that good message, that delicacy that you bring towards your pentacle. How much time and appreciation do you show towards that which you're pursuing, the goals that you're pursuing? Pages represent someone on a movement, someone coming with a message, and this could be your message of good news this week, especially for Wednesday. Maybe starting Wednesday, there's going to be a shift in your energy, a shift in the way things are playing out for the better for you. So just stay confident and trust the process, and just go with your process. There's a lot of greenery in this card and a lot of fruition, and yellow to suggest growth, progress, and enlightenment. So stay open-minded as to the different opportunities that come to play, and stay open-minded of how it is that you deal with yourself and the things that you pursue on this journey throughout the week too. So be very mindful of what is going on for this week. Be very mindful of how it is you operate and react to the things that are coming to you. Because there is a lot of opportunity that could be happening, but if you're not consciously aware of it, everything could go sour, or you might just fumble the bag. So you don't want to fumble the bag. You really want to preserve and conserve as much as you can, and just move forward diligently. Move forward calmly and tranquil. Try not to attach yourself to one outcome, and don't attach yourself to expectations. Move fluidly, but loyally, trustworthy, courageously, and just be focused on what it is that you're going for. So if this is a time to reap, the benefits that you're going for, if this is a time to reap the benefits and achievements, you're wondering if the seeds that you planted in the years before are going to come out now in the 2020, it is. So this is definitely a good time to nurture your skills as you create that automation around your skill set, around your progress, and around your work. So whatever it is that you're working at, the Page of Pentacles reveals progress and really new beginnings. You undertaking these new beginnings with diligence and compassion and really love. Anything you're doing right now, you really have to love it. You may have different hobbies and skills, and it's okay to love them. It's okay to add more passion to them. I don't think a hobby has to be a side thing. I think you can really create a sustainable financial system around any hobby or skill that you have. You just really have to know what's the best way to go about it. Sometimes you may be the one creating that path for yourself. You may be setting a new journey, a new piece, a new puzzle for other persons to follow. So don't ignore the power that you have as an individual in this collective space. Just work hard towards what you're doing, and this is the time for us to stay focused and determined on anything that we're going for. Select your path, select your fighter, select your character, and just unlock your potential and just go forward. So the Page of Pentacles again in this reading represents the monies and opportunities that are basically waiting and awaiting you, and that you may already possess. So far the reading suggests a lot of earth energy, suggests a lot of finances coming into fruition, and it really takes determination and hard work and focus to materialize these things. The main tool towards manifesting finances on the sphere of experience is really intention, action, and sheer willpower, and how mindful you can be in this creative process. All of this exists really on the 10th sphere of experience, on the tree of life. So I think we're going forward into the completion of the universal energy, the completion of the cosmos, which is then going to reset into a new energy. So we're just moving along with the galaxy, going with the flow. And right now it's saying it's time to focus. It's time to stay determined and, just be diligent in whatever it is you're going for. So the next card I'm going to turn over is for Thursday. Let's see what we have for Thursday. And we get the first cups, which is the 7 of cups right here. And the 7 of cups signifies choices. It signifies the different choices that we have to make in life, that we have to face. There could be good choices, bad choices, mistakes that we should learn from, choices that you're about to embark on. And especially since it's going to be a new journey that you're embarking on, the choices and decisions that you make really help to determine the outcome. Now, when you look on the 7 of cups, you see many different outcomes. You see, good ones, bad ones. You see a dragon, you see a snake, you see money, you see a castle. Now when you look on the 7 of cups, you see different things come into play. You see money, you see a castle, you see snakes, you see an apparition, you see a wreath, you see a head that looks like Medusa. And all of these represent the different outcomes that can come from the choices that we make and from the connections that we form to these ideologies. A lot of the times we form connections to these expectations and ideologies, and we try to identify a bit too much with them. So much so that when they don't come through, then we become depressed, anxious. We become depressed and then anxious for the future when we try to go for something similar. A lot of the times you don't want to be attaching yourself to these expectations at this time. But understand that there are different choices and different things unfolding for you at this moment. And Thursday may be one of the days in which you really truly understand that life comes in whims and woes, ups and downs. Every experience is just that. It's just an experience. Don't look on it as negative or positive, but an experience that you, a divine being, is experiencing and going through. We all go through similar experiences. May not be the same, but it's similar. And we're all connected on a deeper energetic level. Your energetic body is really what's experiencing these things, and it's carrying the physical with it. So you really want to be aware of your electrical body and how it is that you treat it regarding the experiences and situations you put it through. So really take a lot of them with a grain of salt. When you identify with your experiences and your expectations, is when you really take on a lot of the anxiety, a lot of the depressive episodes. That's when you really take on the states of low human vibration, as I would say. And really come to relieve yourself from them, you have to really become detached from this, becoming too attached from the material world, you don't want to become too attached to the physical world either. But understand that you're a spiritual entity experiencing these physical things, and they're all here to teach you a lesson, whether negative or positive. Persons who find that they dwell a lot on the negative here may find that they're drifting back into old paradigms and patterns of thinking that did not serve them. So be mindful of where your mind drifts, and be mindful of what kind of fantasies you bring into your mind and your body and your soul. We react a lot on our fantasies, and it's okay to have fantasies. It's okay to dream big, but do not identify with them. Don't say I am depressed, I am this. Don't even say I am, happy. Don't say I am. Don't become, these boundaries that we set around human consciousness and feelings, because we as humans, we're the vehicle for spiritual and electrical energy. So really, you're just here to experience and allow all these things to flow through you, as opposed to you becoming them. Allow feelings to come up and flow. Allow fantasies to come up and flow through your mind. Allow them to pass also. So if you're feeling happy, sometimes it's not best to just react on it, but to allow that feeling to come and just pass. So this card is really about allowing those things to come up, whether good, bad, negative, positive. Allow them to come up to you and face them and embrace them, because these are all the totality of your being. These are all a part of your consciousness and maybe what your soul needs or wants. So be very, very vigilant of where it is your mind wanders and where it is your soul purpose wants you to go. This is a time right now for us to question our soul and life's purpose and where it is we want to head, which direction we really want to head. So give thanks to the Chariot again that says we're embarking on a new journey throughout this entire week, maybe even for the month. A new journey, whether dark or light, we're just living and experiencing. So the next card I'm going to turn over will represent Friday, and we have Strength. And Strength is a card of renewal, especially because of the number 8 that comes into play again. It is also linked to the Star card in the Major Arcana, which is numbered by 17, which is 7 plus 1, which gives you 8. And they both carry that meaning of hope and high intention. This is a card that signifies that you should listen to your higher self for guidance. On a psychological level, Strength really shows the integration of your masculine and your feminine traits and finding that balance between the two. In terms of health and strength, it really shows your resilience and your vitality and your recovery from illnesses. It shows you're going to make it. It shows enlightenment. It is ruled by the sign of Leo, the lion. And it also signifies you walking through the valley of the shadow of death, walking with your fears and insecurities, walking with the things that you may think are holding you back. Are you strong enough to carry those on your back? Are you strong enough to power through these obstacles? Are you strong enough to make friends, I would say, with these fears, with these, weaknesses, if you will, if that's what you want to call them. So Strength brings to the awareness in this whole reading that there are parts of you that hold you back, but you have to become friends with them. And that's what I learned from a Buddhist, a monk, in a series called The Mind Explained, where he said you should try to become friends with these dark and shadow sides, your shadow self. Oftentimes we try to fight it. We try to fight the flow. We try to fight what's natural to us. We try to fight what comes to us as feelings, because society programs us and tells us to not feel this way. Don't do this because it's against the normal pattern of behavior. But Strength brings to the awareness that we can become friends with the shadow side, and this in turn empowers you. Strength follows the Chariot card in the Major Arcana, and the Chariot brings to it that traversing with the dark and the light side, the dark and light aspects, these two opposing opposites that may precede in you, that may be within your life. And Strength comes to tell you to be more spiritual and more aware, and to walk with them, become friends with them, and treat yourself much more delicately and much more with more compassion and more love. Try not to be as hard on yourself in anything. Make friends with your childlike self, your past self. Learn to love that self again. Be friends with it and treat yourself with more compassion again, and with more love. How you deal with yourself is a reflection of how you deal with other people. So be mindful of that. And I'm seeing a lot of yellow in this reading. So it's telling us to be mindful and aware, especially in this week going forward. If you want to manifest your purest intentions and align them to your goal, them to see them manifest, you have to be very mindful and aware of the processes that you're going through on a daily. That may be stopping you and pushing you closer to this thing, to whatever ideology it is, to whatever feeling it is. So that is strength. Now I'm going to turn over the Saturday card. Let's see what that is. We got the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, this is a card that tells you to follow your intuition and follow your heart. When you're feeling confused and you don't know which direction to go, when you're feeling like your energies is being pulled in like different directions, he tells you to follow, spirit, follow your spirit guide, follow your heart. He brings to fruition and awareness the connection that you have with other people and how it is that they may be affecting you. The connections you have with people around you help to influence the way in which you manifest, and what it is you manifest helps to influence the way you think, feel, and perceive the world around you. So if you want to know who you are, just look at the friends around you, and you'll find different similarities in the things that you guys do and exist on, and what you do, all them different things. So the King of Cups tells you to be aware of that. And he really comes up also in readings to show probably even a romantic partner, someone who may be afraid of intimacy but can bring that stability and reassurance to you. So possibly there's someone that's going to come through this week or this season that can help to provide that emotional security for you. And possibly you're that person for someone else. So don't ignore your purpose that you may have to give to this world, the blessings and light that you have to give to this world. The most valuable thing you could give is time. Time that you give to other people. Aside from the business and the money that you make, the time that you give to other people is always repaid in full. And the King of Cups reminds us of these good partnerships that we have that we need to maintain in order to sustain ourselves. I mean, I remember when we did in high school, I never really know, say, without a relationship and without that emotional security, someone to help, be my confidant, my best friend, my lover, my intimate partner, I was very, I'm the jiggy, anxious, jumpy, hot-headed, aggressive. But then dealing with someone who allowed me to be more compassionate, caring, intimate, just softer, that was something that I was able to translate to myself and then to other people after experiencing just that softness, that intimacy with someone else. It's much different from just having sex. Intimacy is that process of growth you guys go through, of being vulnerable and breaking down with each other, just to understand and become much closer, have a much deeper connection. So additionally, if this card was reversed, he would represent like destructive behavior and patterns, but because he is upright, he brings to us that negotiation of charm and empathy, that watery energy. You just feel that watery energy. Maybe this person coming into your life is going to be a Scorpio, and also this card is ruled by Libra. So this person coming into life could be a water element or a air element. Someone who is generous, compassionate, sensitive, malleable, and fluid, and willing to take, go on that journey with you. He also calls into the conversation how you deal with yourself. Do you have a good relationship with yourself? And again, you have to deal with yourself soft and compassionately in order for you to deal with somebody else that way. So it goes back to strength. It links to strength. That tells us to walk with and make friends with our fears and our shadow self, so that you may then translate that to how you operate with other people in our life. So the last card I'm going to turn over represents the last day in the arcana, and that is the Lovers. Ooh. So there might be for real someone that you're really connected to at this time, that you want to carry over and just experience life with, you want to build a foundation with. And oftentimes that relationship is an extension of ourselves. We can never forget that, because of the colors that we see playing out in the Lovers card. The purple represents the highest spiritual communication and connection. You have the angel Gabriel shining bright with his yellow and his red. Then you have the two, Adam and Eve, man and woman, both one looking up at Gabriel and one looking at the woman, to show that connection to the feminine and one connection to the highest consciousness. So as men, we have to try to become in harmony with the women. Sometimes we may think them difficult and whatnot, but there's another level of understanding that comes with being a man, that has to be translated to fit the feminine energy of this time. And the feminine energy should always be one that helps to raise you to your highest consciousness. So if there's someone coming into your life right now, they should be benefiting you, to help, push you, to help elevate you in some way. Stop linking with people who drain your energy. Stop linking with people who just want things from you. Just want the love, then just want the affection, want you take them out, want like ambulance. This card says there has to be a mutual exchange of energy and a proper reciprocation of that. Right? So the Lovers card is also connected to the sign of Gemini, the twins. And it brings that dual aspect again of male and like female energy, the light and the dark. Loving your entire selves, loving both your holistic selves, and using that to connect deeper to your God, to your universe, to whatever great spirit or creator that creates that divine spark within you. So use this sphere of existence to push you to see better, to see the divine. And love as an emotion, it's just so amazing. That bliss, it's a feeling that transcends a lot of the low vibrational states of thinking and feeling that we experience on a day to day. The love conquers it all. Once you're in that feeling of love, it's like nothing else matters. It's like you just want to sit back every day. Nah, I'm joking. But you want to work towards maintaining this thing, and love should be something that allows you to constantly work towards something. Love is an act, so it incorporates action. It incorporates you constantly doing things to maintain it and yourself, whether it's the love between you and somebody else. Because again, the love that you create for yourself is oftentimes this extension. It is extended to someone else. So if you're traumatized in a past relationship, it's gonna come back. And you have to reconcile with these toxic patterns. Reconcile with yourself firstly before you enter into a new partnership. So upright, this card means that there is a positive person coming into your sphere of existence, and you really want to look at them with a clean consciousness and not plague them with the mishaps and mistakes that you may have been through before. So it's a time to look at your partners, at your connections, your current love situation, your relationship with everyone, and really your relationship with yourself. Overall, this reading suggests that we must look within and then connect to outside. There's the Buddha Buddha revolutionized meditation by creating a branch of it called Satipatthana meditation, which is to keep the attention inside. And this is essential, as it doesn't state that we should use meditation to try and empty yourself or try to connect with the divine, but to simply keep your intention inside on how you feel. This week, just try to meditate on how you feel throughout situations and how it is that you feel about balancing different aspects of your life. This reading suggests that you could be balancing your love and your social life, or your love and your work life. So look, but love is there, and love is part of what it is you're experiencing. You may be a watery person or an earth person right now, just experiencing the whims and woes of life, and be wondering how best to maneuver it and manage it. But just continue to look forward and continue to have faith, dedication, and commitment to whoever and whatever it is that you're keeping your focus on. This is really the only way for you to constantly receive that abundance that is meant for you. What is for you will always be for you. And this is again the year of the 4 Capricorn season. So whatever it is you have put down in your corner working for you, go along with it, be diligent with it, and don't be afraid to start something new. Where you start now, in a 1 year time, you make a lot of development, but you have to stay committed and you have to love it. Anything you're participating in now, anyone you're involved in, even yourself, you have to love into it. Word to my bro God Malik. So love is really the one thing that conquers all. And this week ahead reading shows that there are different energies that will come in, and you're trying to balance again different aspects of your life. But stay mindful, stay aware. Allow feelings to come and pass. Don't identify too much with them. Stay focused on where the goal is and where it is you're heading. And if someone is in your life right now that you really love and hold on to, take time to appreciate them and find out who they are and just do the right thing, right? So to wrap it all up, I like to do a little number calculation of all the cards and the numbers, just to see what it is the overall calculation for the overall numeral number for this reading is, and the number is 2. So it's interesting that we got 2, because 2 really shows that duality of power, that duality of life, that polarity that we constantly experience, trying to balance things out, which is reflective again of the Chariot and the 2 of Pentacles that were played, that were turned over first. So in this balance of life, that's what you're experiencing right now. Just stay diligent and mindful as to the processes and ways in which you manifest a good and a bad reality. It's all part of the experience. And I'm seeing a lot of 5 and 7 in this reading, which suggests that there's a lot of conflict, power struggle, but still serenity and peace on the way to completion. There's also 8 in this. There's some 8s in this reading too, which suggests, that diligence and that learning of wisdom, that mastery of the mind that comes after conflict, the lessons that you learn and carry over to bring you into completion, into mastery and refinery. So that's really where the 8 of Pentacles come from. So thank you again for tuning in. Before you go, I want you to hit like and subscribe. This is G Illuminati, Gordon, whatever you want to call me, you don't know. It's more love and light anywhere and going on the world. I'm wanting you to just tune in every week on, the new episodes then when I'm gonna drop. It's really been fun just doing this for y'all, sending out good energy. And I hope you really appreciate the reading. I hope it resonates with you and vibrates with you. Your water, earth and air signs. I just hope that you can utilize this information just to be more aware and open about what you experience on the week, and just just grateful that you tuned in. So again, thanks for joining me. When you tune in next week, this is G. Big up on yourself. Oh, and also before you go, I want you to follow my Instagram page where I do crystal rock jewelry. I create them myself. That's at gemworld876, and you can also purchase your own tarot deck from me. Ride a weight pack, and we can just have a conversation, and I could do readings for you, show you how to do your own readings, and just have fun with it. Tarot is all about fun. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in again. Peace, fam. Peace. Up top.